earthquake under the sea south of Mindanao, which resulted in a tsunami or a tidal wave that killed about 8,000 of our people. Because of this, we attended to the calamity first, and all of us here in Luzon, including the Christian governors, went in there in August of 1977. We invited the Quadripartite Commission of the Islamic Conference. This is this 42 Arab nation and Muslim nation organization, which meets almost annually. And the Quadripartite Commission, composed of Somalia, Senegal, Libya, and Saudi Arabia, came. And they saw that there was no such thing as genocide. And therefore, I was all the more ready to proclaim the termination of martial law. Then came the horrendous and brutal killing of the 1st Infantry Division Commander, General Bautista. He was invited to a peace conference by Usman Saleh, one of the rebel leaders. And while he was getting out of his jeep with his staff officers, they were all massacred, 32 of them. This resulted in such a reaction among the people that it was impossible to lift martial law. This was 1977. In 1978, I instead asked that the agreement, the Tripoli agreement, be now worked out in detail. The two delegations met in Tripoli. They failed after a continuous meeting of about a month or two. And so we had to send the First Lady all over again to Libya to talk to Colonel Gaddafi, who talked to me over the telephone. And we agreed on certain undertakings, one of which was the proclamation of an area to be called an autonomous area, and the organization of the autonomous governments. With this came also the call to an election which was authorized by the October 27, 1976 amendments of the Constitution, which called for the election of an interim National Assembly for the entire country. And remember, that was 76. And this was 78, and we hadn't elected the members. And I was in a hurry. What we had was an advisory legislative council, and I was not content with that. I wanted elected members to constitute a legislature. Some people think that I terminated the Congress of the Philippines by executive fire. That's not true. They were terminated by the approval of the Constitution of the Philippines, or ratification, before their sessions in January of 1973. Some people also claim, I was reading one of the columnists of the Bulletin today, Mr. Apolonio Batalla, who claims that it is possible, it cannot be discounted, that I extended my term by proclaiming martial law. There was no need to proclaim martial law in order to extend my continuance in power, because I was the party leader of the overwhelmingly majority party. And the convention had elected a parliamentary form of government. Presumably, therefore, I could have continued as leader of the government without any further action. No need to proclaim martial law. This is one of the matters that non-lawyers or non-political scientists, those who do not understand the finer points of constitutional law do not seem to grasp. And that is that the parliamentary system allows the continuance of a leader in power without the exercise of emergency powers or anything like that, so long as he holds the majority of the members in the National Assembly. And that's what happened. I was preparing for that, and so many things intervened. Then the crisis in '79 intervened. And you remember on my birthday, I said I had planned to proclaim martial law. But because of the increase in OPEC prices, we will now watch if in 18 months the economic crisis does not worsen. It is my intention to consider the lifting of martial law. This was said in September of 1979. So 1980 came, and I kept telling everybody, we will now consider lifting martial law. This was during my birthday of 1980. If the things don't change by the end of the year or even or immediately thereafter, we will now consider the lifting of martial law. And why now? Because there is no ideal time for the lifting of martial law. We had been prevented, or the attempt to terminate martial law had been aborted many times. 76, 77, 78, 79, 18. That's about enough. I have had enough of these circumstances preventing the lifting of martial law. And so, considering the relative peace and order and the relative successes of all the programs, including the economic program, plus the fact that we have Minister Yamani who visited with us saying that no, the OPEC situation will not get worse, the prices will not go up, there may be an oversupply even of oil. And he didn't believe. He told me frankly, I don't believe that you will be in danger, or any of the countries will be in danger of suffering any economic reverses because of OPEC. With that, I directed the planners and government to prepare for the termination of martial law.